Hello, my friend Fries and beautiful Ryes. Fries on Ryes here with another episode of the Let's Draw Together series. Last time we started drawing, we were designing a restaurant, or at least I was. Hopefully, you guys were able to work on some projects of your own. Um, Today, we are going to continue working on that restaurant and maybe work on the dream home as well. So let's open up another panel. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this. Oh, mm, all right, let's put a background on here so it's easier for us to get work done. Mm, okay, there we go. Now, let's move this restaurant. How do I move this? I don't know how to use my own tools. There we go. Now, we forgot to draw a couple things in our last episode, so we're going to go ahead and try to draw them now. Okay, so we need a back room here. Put a door here. And since this is blocky like a Minecraft thing, we have enough space for a perfect hand washing station right here. So every restaurant needs a hand washing station. We'll put the 3 compartment sinks that restaurants need over here. Probably have a broom closet right here somewhere. And then a place to store all our boxes and things. And then on this side, some more storage for other things. I don't know exactly what we need, but I'm just trying to over prepare for it. And on the second floor, I think somewhere between these arcades, there's going to be another door. And I want to have 2 types of energy sources. I know there's those flashlights that you can shake and it recharges the battery. And then I also know of those radios that you can crank with a little thing on it. I forgot what it's called, and it will recharge the um, the radio. And I believe they're probably the same way of charging something, but they use different mechanisms to do so. So we're gonna do that. We're going to add some bicycles over here, kind of like that crank one, and then we'll make it to where each bicycle has different levels of energy it can use. And then the other one is, honestly, I don't know about gym equipment, so I'm just gonna put a couple equipments in here, and then if there's other ways we can make them generate energy for us, we'll do that. But otherwise, I'm sticking to the bikes, and I want to say something that allows you to, that one where you can adjust the weights and pull the bar down to almost do like a pull up, chin up thing. And I think that can be right here. We'll put a couple right here, a couple right here. So it's not too much of a gym, but it helps. It'll be something for the patrons to do, and it'll also help the restaurant at the same time. On the third floor, we can probably put a breaker back here somewhere. Um, and then maybe we'll move the aquaponic system over a bit so we're hiding the breaker. The breaker can be inside a little closed off fence thing just to be safe. So there's probably walking space right here somewhere. That leaves this open for more tables and sitting areas. Okay. So those are some adjustments that we made to our restaurant. Hopefully when we make it in Minecraft it's not going to be too hard. But I can already see some of these things like the bathroom is going to have to change a little bit because I put lines here. But in Minecraft there's going to be blocks. And the blocks take up a lot of space. So I might have to adjust how I make that bathroom. Same with this one. The reason I want multiple stalls in these bathrooms is because we have a lot of tables. Um, there's like 3 floors. But maybe I can get away with just one bathroom or one toilet slash urinal each. I don't know. That doesn't sound like it would work. It's a big restaurant. Alright. And since we moved the old ones, since we moved this, let's get rid of the old ones. There we go. Oh, whoops. I'm sure someone could come up with a better design that incorporates all the things that I want in here, plus the important architecture stuff that we need, or the building stuff that we need, and everything to make it up to code and all that. But for now, let's move on to a different project, our dream house. Um, Before we start, let's figure out what kind of things we want in that house. So we want, it's got to have a kitchen. Garage. It'd be nice if it had a shed in the back. So it's gonna have a living room. Dining room. Master bedroom. Guest room. Maybe if I have a kid, a child's room. So we'll just put a bedroom. Uh-oh. I want an office too. One, two, three, four. I want to say 2 offices. I mean, do we need a guest room? It'd be nice to have a guest room, but a 5-bedroom, you know, we'll do that. We'll do another office. Because it's a dream house, so we're going to be able to do that. What else does a house need? I need a place for the water heater. Solar. I don't know how big a wind turbine needs to be to work, but I'll put wind in there too. Hopefully we can make a small one that fits a house. It's gotta have a pond in the back. I wanna have a garden. I don't know. We'll stop here for now, just because I can't think of too many other things I can add. Um, but these are the things I want to incorporate into my house. So let's start small. The house is gonna have, let's see, we'll make this plot of land we live on. This is going to be the road. This is going to be our sidewalk. A path to the house. Okay, well, first a huge driveway. This seems like too big of a driveway. And then some other kind of path to the front door. You want a garage. That's big. I don't know how big these things are supposed to be. Maybe the front door is connected to, we'll say the kitchen. No, the kitchen would be really small if it was like this. Okay, well, here's a front door. No. We'll make the front door right here. Wow, I can't believe I'm making the guests walk this far to get to the front door. Right here. This can be gated off so we won't let our pets out on accident. Our dining room can be here. Kitchen. Dining. I should have numbered these. If I numbered these, it would have been easier to just put down numbers here instead of writing down the whole words. I didn't write down anything for the restaurant, but we'll be okay. Maybe this could be the master bedroom. Do we want a hallway leading up to the master bedroom? Yeah, we do. That way we can have another bedroom right here. Wow, this looks terrible. The dining room so close to one of the rooms. It shouldn't be a big deal. Three, 4, 5. So we don't need a second floor in this house. It's gonna be a huge house. I also said I wanted a pond, but based on how I drew it, the pond would be better in the front yard, but I don't trust the neighbor's pets. Maybe if I make the door here, I can add a wall here. And this can be the living room. Because I forgot I didn't add a living room. Maybe the TV can go here. Oh no. We need restrooms in here. I could put a restroom here between these two doors, these two rooms. If I put a wall here and have like a hallway down here that leads to the bathroom, it can also be support for the house. I don't know. Building a house is a lot of work. This is a 2-bathroom house, one for the master bedroom and one for everyone else. Everyone else bathroom is so small. Well, maybe when we're building we'll be able to figure out a better design for it. Let's see. We have a kitchen, a garage. We need a shed. We've got a living room, kind of. Dining room, master bedroom, guest bedroom. This could be the guest room, I guess. This could be office, office, and bedroom. Okay, so we've got guest room, bedroom, office, office. The water heater can go in the garage somewhere. So we need solar and wind. We need pond, a garden, and we have restrooms. So we'll start with the shed. Got a regular sized plot. The shed can be here. And the pond is gonna have to be in the front yard. We'll put the pond on this side. Then we'll have a solar tower here. Or a windmill. We can probably add solar all up to the top of the house, so we don't have to worry about that. The last thing we need is gardens, so we'll have a small little garden right there, garden right here, and this is probably the gate to the backyard. We can probably have a backyard to move around back here and then have a garden along this area. We can have a nice fruit tree over here. No, we'll put the fruit tree over here so it doesn't mess with the foundation of the house. Gotta turn the page. Maybe we can have some nice hedges over here. That's not a bad house. I like the backyard to be a bit bigger, but I'm also really bad at measurements and figuring them out in my head. So some of these rooms might be bigger or smaller in person, and I have to find a way to make sure it actually fits within a certain area. I have one house in Minecraft that I did the outline for that's going to be a baseline. So yeah, that's it for our house. It looks like we're just about done here. Trying to think if there's anything else I would need to add. Okay, thank you. Hmm. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. I think next time I want to consider working on a character design. There's a comic book that I want to do, and I have to design a lot of things for the comic book. I have a lot of scenes in my head that I want to add, but first I want to work on character design and maybe work on some of the settings. Um, but we've built a few places in Minecraft. We're going to build a few more. And we're going to go from there. If you have any suggestions on things to draw, please go ahead and give me some suggestions. We are drawing together, so I would like some suggestions. As you've noticed, I'm not an artist. I'm not the best drawer out there, and some of my ideas come to me really slowly. So these drawing videos might be a week apart each time. I was thinking of doing once a month or once a week, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please give us a like, share, or subscribe. If you have any questions or comments for us, please leave them in the comment section down below. I hope to draw with you again someday. But until then, have a great day and see you next time. Bye.